The person you love deeply is talking about your face. They're telling their female friends that, don't scroll, listen to this, because if these words reached you in this exact moment, it's not a mistake, it's divine timing, spiritual alignment, and your heart needs this right now more than you realize. The universe has been trying to get your attention through signs, through intuition, through those sudden emotional waves that hit you out of nowhere, and this message is the confirmation your spirit has been waiting for. The person you love deeply, the one your soul keeps returning to, the one whose energy you can feel even in silence, has been talking about you, and not in a random, casual way. No, they've been talking about your face to their female friends in a tone that made everyone pause, because the emotion behind their words was undeniable, raw, and real. They said your face does something to them, something they can't explain but can't deny, something that feels spiritual rather than physical. They said your face has peace in it, a light, a presence that stays with them long after they've looked away. Don't scroll, listen carefully. They admitted that the first time they saw your face, something inside them shifted, like their spirit recognized you before their mind caught up, like God whispered, "Pay attention, this one matters." They told their friends that your face feels strangely familiar, almost like they've seen you before in another lifetime, in a dream, in a place where souls meet before they meet in the physical world. And when they said it, their female friends exchanged looks. Because they could tell this wasn't just admiration. This was someone falling in love without wanting to admit it. They laughed nervously, trying to downplay it, but their eyes gave them away. Their voice softened. Their expression changed. Their energy shifted. And one of their friends finally said, "You don't talk about anyone else like this." And they didn't deny it. They just lowered their gaze, because your face tells a story to them that words never fully could. Listen to this. This message is for you. They told their friends that your face brings them calm when their mind is restless, comfort when their heart feels heavy, and clarity in moments where they don't know what to do. They said your face is the thing they see when they close their eyes at night, the image that shows up when they pray for guidance, the vision that appears when they ask God for a sign. And guess what? They've been seeing signs too. Angel numbers like 1111, 333, 222 appearing at the exact moments they think of you. Songs that remind them of you playing at the perfect times. Random conversations that circle back to your name. And each time it happens, they feel a warmth in their chest, a pull in their spirit, a whisper saying, "This connection is real." Don't scroll, the universe wants you to hear the next part. They told their friends that your eyes hold something powerful, something deep, something they can't ignore. They said your eyes make them feel understood, seen, accepted in ways they've never felt before. They described your smile as healing, your presence as grounding, your expression as something they replay in their mind without meaning to, like a memory that refuses to fade because it's tied to something divine. Their friends listened quietly, because they knew, this was love speaking. Not infatuation. Not temporary attraction. Love. Soul-level love. And you've been feeling it too. That sudden warmth in your chest for no reason, that moment where your heart races when you think of them, that strange sense that something is unfolding behind the scenes. That's not imagination. That's intuition. That's alignment. And the universe is using this message to confirm that you are not crazy, you are not reaching, you are not hoping for something that isn't real. The person you love deeply has you on their mind more than they admit. They are talking about you in rooms where you're not present. They are replaying your face like a sacred memory. They are carrying you in their heart even when you have no idea. And do you know what else they said? They said your face feels like home. Not a place, but a feeling, the feeling of belonging, the feeling of safety, the feeling of finding what they didn't even know they were missing. Don't scroll, stay with me. Because something is shifting. They're getting closer to understanding what this connection means. They're becoming more honest with themselves, more aware, more awake. And soon, very soon, their actions will catch up with the feelings they've been trying to hide. So don't doubt the signs. Don't doubt the pull. Don't doubt what your heart has been telling you. Because the one you love, they're talking about you like someone who's already fallen. Don't scroll, listen to this, because what I'm about to tell you goes deeper than you think, and if your heart has been feeling heavy, confused, or pulled toward them out of nowhere, this message is the clarity you've been waiting for. The person you love deeply, the one who has been talking about your face, the one who describes you with a tenderness they don't even realize escapes their voice, has been thinking about you far more intensely than you know. And recently, something shifted inside them, something spiritual, something emotional, something they did not expect. They've been replaying moments they shared with you, replaying memories like scenes from a movie they can't turn off. Little things, the way you laughed, the subtle expressions you make, the look in your eyes when you're focusing on something, these moments linger in their mind long after the day ends. Don't scroll, your heart needs to hear this next part. They've been talking to their female friends again, not just about your face, but about how your energy feels different from anyone they've ever met. They described the way your presence calms them, the way your silence feels safe, the way your energy feels familiar in a way they cannot logically explain. They said being around you feels like a spiritual experience, like destiny, like a divine reminder that some people enter your life not by accident, but by purpose. Their friends have started noticing how your name comes up more often, how their eyes light up when they talk about you, how their whole body language softens, shifts, becomes vulnerable in ways they don't show with anyone else. One friend even joked, "You talk about them like you're already in love," and the silence that followed gave away everything they were too scared to say out loud. Don't scroll, listen closely. They've been seeing signs so strong they can't ignore them anymore. Angel numbers like 1111 and 2121 popping up every time they think about messaging you. Dreams where your face shows up so clearly it feels like their soul is trying to speak a language their mind hasn't learned yet. A sudden urge to check your social media, not out of curiosity, but out of longing, a quiet longing that's been growing inside them, pushing them, tugging at them, whispering your name when everything else is silent. They told their friends that they can't explain why your eyes feel like they've seen them before, why your face feels like a place their spirit recognizes, why even the smallest thought of you brings them a peace they can't find anywhere else. And that's when one friend said something that shook them, "Maybe you're not supposed to explain it. Maybe you're supposed to follow it." Since then, they've been different. More reflective. More emotional. More open to the idea that what they feel for you isn't just attraction, it's spiritual awakening. Don't scroll, you need to understand this part. They've been struggling with fear, but not the kind of fear that pushes someone away. This is the kind of fear that comes when you realize you found something meaningful. They're afraid of messing it up. Afraid of the intensity. Afraid of how deeply they feel without even trying. Afraid because this connection feels too familiar, too destined, too soul-shaking to be casual. And when they told their friends this, their friends didn't make fun of them. They listened. Because they could hear the sincerity in their voice, the vulnerability, the truth. They said that your face is the first thing they think about when they wake up, and the last thing that crosses their mind before they fall asleep. They said that when they feel lost, overwhelmed, or stressed, your image appears in their mind like a reminder of peace. Don't scroll, this is the confirmation your heart has been waiting for. They are realizing that your connection is not fading. It's strengthening. The more they try to distance themselves, the more the universe pulls them back toward you. The more they try to forget, the more signs they see. The more they try to pretend it doesn't matter, the more their heart aches for you. They are entering a moment of truth, a moment where their feelings can no longer stay hidden beneath fear or pride. A moment where the connection becomes too powerful to ignore. A moment where they begin to ask themselves the questions they've avoided for too long. Why does their face feel like home? Why does their energy calm me? Why do I feel connected to them even when we're not talking? These questions are leading them to the realization that this isn't accidental. This is destiny moving. This is spiritual alignment unfolding. And soon, very soon, they will not be able to hold back what their heart has been carrying. Their silence is breaking. Their awakening is beginning. And your story is far from over. Don't scroll, listen to this, because what I'm about to tell you is something your heart has already felt shifting beneath the surface, and if you're seeing this message right now, it's because the universe is aligning something for you that your spirit has been preparing for, even if your mind hasn't fully caught on yet. The person you love deeply. The same person who talks about your face with that softness in their eyes, the same person who describes you to their female friends like you're some kind of divine reminder of what love is supposed to feel like, has been going through a spiritual awakening that's becoming impossible for them to ignore. And lately, it's been hitting them hard. Harder than they expected. Harder than they're willing to admit. They've been feeling you emotionally, energetically, spiritually. In moments that surprise them, in moments that silence them, in moments where they stop mid-thought and wonder, why can't I let this person go? Don't scroll, your heart needs this part. They've been seeing your face in their mind at random times, not just when they miss you, but when their soul feels open, early in the morning, late at night, during moments of quiet reflection, or when they're surrounded by people but suddenly feel alone. Your face shows up like a whisper from God, like a reminder that their heart has unfinished business with you, unfinished truth, unfinished connection. And it's becoming harder for them to pretend it doesn't matter. They told their female friends something recently that surprised even them. They said your face feels like a message, like something meaningful, like something they were meant to see. They said your expression carries a kind of peace they haven't felt in years. They said your eyes hold something ancient, familiar, something that makes them feel both safe and vulnerable at the same time. Their friends didn't laugh at them. They didn't tease. They listened. Because the way this person talked about you sounded like someone describing a soulmate connection, not a crush. And when one friend asked, "Why does it affect you so much?" they didn't know how to answer. Because the real answer is this: your soul is tied to theirs in a way they can't explain. Don't scroll, listen carefully. They've been getting signs, heavy signs, signs that keep circling back to you. Angel numbers like 1111 popping up every time they think of your name. Dreams where your face appears so clearly it feels like you're in the room. Feelings of déjà vu when they remember moments with you. Sudden waves of emotion out of nowhere, warmth in the chest, a pull in the stomach, a rush of electricity that feels like something spiritual. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations. The universe is trying to tell them, and you, that this connection has a purpose. And what's happening now is the beginning of their awakening to that purpose. Don't scroll, this part will hit your spirit. They've been trying to talk themselves out of how much they feel. They've been trying to label it, control it, minimize it. But their attempts keep failing. Because the truth keeps rising. The truth is that your presence affects them in ways no one else ever has. The truth is that they replay your moments without meaning to. The truth is that your face brings them a calm they don't understand. The truth is that something inside them recognizes you on a level deeper than memory. And the more they try to run from that truth, the louder the universe speaks. Their friends have noticed the change. They've noticed the way this person drifts off when your name is mentioned. The way they smile at memories they claim they barely remember. The way they go quiet when someone asks, "Do you still think about them?" They don't answer, because their silence says everything. Don't scroll, this next part is for your soul. This person has entered the stage where the spiritual pull becomes stronger than fear. They're starting to question what it would mean to reach out, to reconnect, to stop hiding behind hesitation and finally acknowledge what's been inside them all along. They've been imagining conversations with you. Not fantasy conversations, but real ones, vulnerable ones, honest ones. They're imagining telling you things they never had the courage to say. They're imagining what it would feel like to stand in front of you again and feel that familiar energy wash over them. And each time they imagine it, their heart feels lighter. That's how they know something real is happening. Don't scroll, this is your confirmation. You're not crazy. You're not imagining the shift. You're not making up the connection. The universe is aligning the two of you for a spiritual turning point. Something is building. Something is unfolding. Something is preparing to reveal itself. And this person, the one who talks about your face like it's a memory from a past life, is getting closer and closer to the moment where everything inside them says, "It's time." A breakthrough is coming. A confession is coming. A shift is coming. And your heart will know it the moment it arrives. Don't scroll, listen to this, because what I'm about to reveal is going to connect dots your heart has been holding onto in silence, and if you're seeing this right now, it's because the universe is aligning something powerful, something emotional, something deep between you and the person you love, the same person who talks about your face with that softness that even their friends can feel. Their awakening is happening faster than they expected, and lately, they've been carrying thoughts and emotions they don't know how to put into words, but their heart keeps circling back to you, like a spiritual signal they can't turn off. They're thinking about you everywhere, in the car, at work, while they're cooking, in the shower, in the quiet moments when their mind drifts. Your face appears like a peaceful reminder, a familiar presence they can't shake. Don't scroll, because the next part is something your intuition has already sensed. They've started talking about you again, but this time with more vulnerability, more emotion, more honesty than before. Their female friends can see it, feel it, sense it. This isn't casual talk anymore. This is emotional truth breaking through the surface. They told their friends that your face has a kind of grounding energy, a calmness that helps them breathe when everything around them feels overwhelming. They said looking at you feels like looking at someone their soul already knows, someone their spirit recognizes in ways their mind is still trying to understand. And their friends, who know them well, didn't question it. They simply listened, because they could tell that this connection is spiritual, not logical. They've been asking themselves questions they didn't have the courage to ask before. Why does their face bring me peace? Why do I feel connected even when we're apart? Why does the thought of them feel like destiny? And every time they search for answers, they run into signs, repeating angel numbers like 222 and 444 when they think of you, dreams where your eyes meet in a place that doesn't feel like this world, random conversations around them that mention your zodiac sign, your city, your favorite color. These signs are getting louder, more frequent, more precise. And it scares them, not because it feels wrong, but because it feels so incredibly right. Don't scroll, this matters. They're noticing changes within themselves. They're becoming more introspective, more emotionally open, more spiritually aware. Their heart is expanding in ways they can't explain. And your face, your presence, is the center of that expansion. They told their friends that the way you look at them makes them feel seen, understood, valued in ways no one else ever made them feel. They said your expression has a softness that disarms them, a warmth that melts their defenses, a familiarity that makes them believe in soul connections. And the most surprising part? Their friends agreed. They said, you talk about them like you're meant to be with them. And this person, the one you love, didn't argue. They just went quiet. Quiet in the way people do when they're holding a truth they're not ready to say out loud. But silence speaks, and there's said everything. Don't scroll. Listen. They're starting to feel your energy more intensely. There are moments when they suddenly feel warm, moments when they're overwhelmed with emotion, moments when they feel like you're thinking about them at the exact same time. And they're not wrong. This is the telepathic pull of a soulmate connection. They've been trying to distance themselves emotionally, but the more they pull back, the stronger the pull becomes. Their spirit keeps tugging them toward you. Their heart keeps whispering your name. Their intuition keeps saying, this isn't over. They're reaching a point where the emotional weight of hiding how they feel is becoming heavier than the fear that kept them silent. And soon, very soon, something will push them to face what they've been avoiding. A dream. A sign. A conversation with a friend. A moment where they realize life is too short to ignore a connection that feels this divine. Don't scroll, here is your confirmation. They're preparing emotionally for a shift. They're softening in places that were once guarded. They're allowing their heart to open in ways they never thought they would. And the more they talk about you, your face, your energy, your presence, the more they realize that they've been falling deeper than they ever expected. They're waking up to the truth: this connection is not accidental. It's not random. It's not temporary. It's destiny moving. The universe is aligning you both for a moment that will change everything. And your heart will feel it before it arrives. Don't scroll, listen to this, because your heart needs what I'm about to say, and if this message found you right now, it's because the universe is trying to confirm something you've been sensing in your spirit but haven't been able to speak out loud. The person you love deeply, the one who talks about your face like it's a memory carved into their heart, is going through an emotional and spiritual shift that is waking them up to the truth of how they feel about you. They've spent weeks, maybe months, trying to push these feelings into the background, trying to convince themselves that what they feel for you is just admiration or nostalgia or something temporary, but their heart refuses to let you go. And lately, they've been feeling it in ways they can't hide anymore. Don't scroll, this is where it gets real. They told their female friends something recently, something that surprised even them when they heard themselves say it out loud. They said your face has been showing up in their mind more often than ever, not just in memories, but in flashes, in daydreams, in quiet moments where they're not thinking about anything at all and suddenly, there you are. They said your face brings them a peace that's almost overwhelming, a peace that feels divine, like their spirit is reaching toward you even when they're trying to focus on something else. Their friends listened quietly because the emotion behind their words was impossible to ignore. This wasn't someone describing a random attraction, this was someone describing a soul connection they were trying, and failing, to deny. And one of their friends said, if their face brings you that much peace, maybe it's because your soul recognizes them. That sentence hit them so hard they went silent for a few moments, because deep down, they knew it was true. Don't scroll, listen. They've been noticing signs around them, signs that keep pointing toward you. Angel numbers popping up at the most random times, 1111 when they think about messaging you, 444 when they're reflecting on their emotions, 777 when they're questioning what all of this means. They've been dreaming about you more vividly, dreams where they see your face clearly, where you're smiling, where your eyes meet theirs in a way that feels more like a spiritual connection than a dream. They wake up thinking about you, confused, overwhelmed, and strangely comforted all at once. They told their friends that your face feels like a message, a sign, a reminder, a signal from the universe that this connection is not finished, not over, not out of their spirit. Don't scroll, there's more you need to hear. They've started paying attention to the emotions that hit them when they think of you. The softness. The warmth. The ache. They said that sometimes they catch themselves smiling when they remember something small you did, something you said, something about the way you looked at them, and it scares them how deep that feeling goes. They've been battling a fear, not fear of you, but fear of the intensity. Fear that loving someone like you means they might have to face truths they aren't ready for. But the universe is nudging them past fear. They're feeling emotions rise that they've been suppressing for too long. And their friends are noticing the change. They're noticing the way your name makes them pause. The way they soften when you come up in conversation. The way they look off into the distance when someone asks, "Do you still think about them?" And their silence says everything. Don't scroll, because this next part is the breakthrough your soul has been sensing. They are entering a moment of awakening, a moment where the spiritual connection becomes louder than the fear, where the signs become undeniable, where the universe aligns circumstances so perfectly that they cannot pretend anymore. They're starting to realize that your face brings them peace because you bring them peace. That your presence feels grounding because your souls recognize each other. That the connection they feel with you isn't coincidence, it's destiny in motion. They told their friends they've never been so drawn to someone's energy before, and one friend said, "Maybe this is your person." And instead of brushing it off, like they once would have, they went quiet again, because the truth is starting to settle into their heart. Don't scroll, feel this. They are preparing emotionally for something bigger, something real, something that will move them toward you in a way even they didn't expect. They're thinking about reaching out. They're imagining what they would say. They're replaying how it would feel to see your face again in person. And every time they imagine that moment, their heart feels lighter, like it's choosing you before their mind can catch up. This isn't infatuation. This is connection. This is alignment. This is someone realizing they can't keep running from the truth their soul has been holding. And soon, very soon, their silence is going to break. Their hesitation is going to fade. And the connection you've been feeling is going to reveal itself in a way you won't expect, but your heart will instantly recognize. Don't scroll, listen to this, because what I'm about to reveal will touch the deepest part of your spirit, and if this message found you now, it's because divine timing is aligning pieces of your story you didn't even know were moving. The person you love deeply, the same person who can't stop talking about your face, your energy, your presence, is stepping into a new emotional phase where truth, clarity, and awakening collide in a way they can no longer ignore. They've been trying to hold themselves together, trying to pretend they're fine, trying to act like the connection they feel for you is something they can box up and hide, but their heart refuses to stay silent. Lately, they've been overwhelmed by emotions they didn't see coming, emotions that hit them out of nowhere. Moments where your face flashes in their mind like a warm memory, moments where they feel a sudden ache in their chest when they think of you, moments where they're surrounded by people but all they feel is you. Don't scroll, your heart needs this part. They've been talking to their female friends more, but this time, it's not casual or playful. This time, it's vulnerable. They told their friends that your face has been haunting them in the softest, sweetest way. Like a gentle reminder of what peace feels like a whisper from the universe that keeps saying, "This is the one your soul recognizes." They said your face feels etched into their spirit, impossible to forget, impossible to replace. Their friends have noticed how their voice changes when they talk about you, how their eyes soften, how their walls drop, how the energy around them shifts from guarded to open, from fearful to honest. One friend even said, "You talk about them like they're your destiny," and the way this person froze in silence said everything their heart has been trying to say. Don't scroll, because the spiritual part is coming. They've been seeing signs again. Stronger. Louder. More precise. Angel numbers showing up in patterns, 1111 when they think about reaching out, 222 when they're questioning what this connection means, 555 when they feel change coming without knowing how or when. Their dreams have been clearer too, dreams where they see your face glowing, dreams where you're speaking without words, dreams where your eyes communicate things their heart understands instantly. They wake up with your name on their mind, breathless, confused, and deeply affected. These dreams aren't random, they're spiritual messages, emotional downloads, reminders that the soul connection between you two is alive, active, and awakening. Don't scroll, listen closely. This person has been fighting their feelings for long enough. They've tried pushing them down, but every time they do, the universe turns up the volume. They've tried distracting themselves, but nothing feels right. They've tried convincing themselves that they'll get over you, but instead, the emotions grow stronger. They told their friends that it scares them how deeply they feel, how strongly they're drawn to you, how much comfort they find just thinking about your face. They said it feels like their soul is being pulled towards something meaningful, something they're finally ready to understand. And their friends didn't judge them, they supported them. One friend even said, "Maybe this is your soul remembering someone important." That sentence lit something inside them, something they've been trying to ignore for too long. Don't scroll, this is the part the universe wants you to hear. They are reaching a moment of emotional surrender. A moment where the truth becomes louder than fear. They've been reflecting more, praying more, asking the universe for clarity. They're feeling shifts in their heart, new courage rising, new understanding forming, new emotions opening up. They told their friends they can't shake the feeling that they're supposed to reconnect with you, that there's unfinished destiny between you two, that your story isn't over. They said they feel something big coming. Something they can't explain but can sense spiritually. And they're right. Because the universe is preparing them for a breakthrough moment, a moment where hesitation fades and truth speaks. Don't scroll, because this next part is the confirmation your spirit has been waiting for. They have begun imagining a future with you again. Not in a fantasy way, but in a grounded, emotional, mature way. They imagine what it would feel like to see your face again, to look into your eyes, to feel that familiar energy that makes everything inside them soften. They imagine what they would say, how you would react, how the moment would unfold. And each time they imagine it, their heart feels lighter, calmer, clearer, like it knows this is the direction it's supposed to move. Their friends see it. The universe sees it. Their spirit feels it. And soon, very soon, they're going to reach the point where they can't hold it inside any longer. The truth is rising. Their walls are falling. Their soul is awakening. And whether it's a message, a call, or a moment orchestrated by divine timing, they are moving toward you. And when they do, everything your intuition felt will finally make sense. Don't scroll, listen to this, because this is the moment everything begins to make sense, and if this message is reaching you right now, it's because the universe is delivering the clarity your heart has been quietly begging for, the confirmation your intuition has been whispering about, and the truth your soul has been sensing beneath every unexplained feeling. The person you love deeply. The person who talks about your face with a softness they can't hide, who speaks your name like it carries warmth, who describes your energy like it's something they can feel even in your absence, is stepping into the most vulnerable, transformative part of their awakening. And right now, they're feeling emotions that are flooding them with intensity, emotions they can't push down anymore, emotions that keep rising no matter how hard they try to stay composed. Lately, your face has been showing up in their mind in the quietest, most intimate moments, while they brush their teeth, while they're looking out a window, while they're lying in bed trying to fall asleep, while they're lost in thought in the middle of the day. And it's not just memory. It's not just longing. It's spiritual recognition. Don't scroll, this part is important. They told their female friends something recently that shocked even them. They said your face doesn't just bring them peace, it brings them purpose. They said when they look at you, it feels like they're being reminded of something bigger, something divine, something destined. They confess that your eyes have a depth that unsettles them in the most beautiful way, a depth that makes them feel seen and exposed and safe all at once. Their friends noticed the way their voice trembled a little when they said it, the way they kept glancing down as if the truth felt too vulnerable to hold eye contact while speaking. One friend even whispered, "You're in love with them, aren't you?" And this person didn't say a word. But their silence was louder than any confession. Don't scroll, listen closely. The universe has been surrounding them with signs, signs that hit them with such precision it's almost impossible for them to ignore. Every time they question their feelings for you, they see 11:11 glowing on the clock. Every time they try to distract themselves, a song plays that reminds them of you. Every time they try to convince themselves that the connection is fading, something happens that pulls them right back. A memory, a dream, a sudden wave of emotion that feels like your soul brushing against theirs. And speaking of dreams, they've been having the most vivid ones lately. Dreams where they see your face with such clarity that they wake up breathless. Dreams where you're speaking without words, where your presence feels familiar, comforting, destined. They don't tell their friends these dreams, but they feel them deeply, like messages from the universe nudging them toward the truth they've been afraid to face. Don't scroll, the spiritual shift is happening. They're starting to recognize that the connection they feel with you is not normal. It's not replaceable. It's not easily forgotten. It's the kind of connection that follows them, guides them, strengthens them, humbles them. They've tried ignoring it. They've tried distracting themselves. They've tried telling themselves it was just a phase. But the more they resist, the stronger the pull becomes. Your face, your energy, your presence, it all returns like a tide that refuses to recede. Their friends have noticed the difference in them. They're quieter, more reflective, more emotional, more drawn inward. And every time someone asks, "Are you okay?" they don't know how to answer, because how do you explain a love that feels like it came from before this lifetime? How do you explain a connection that feels written into the blueprint of your soul? They can't. But they feel it anyway. Don't scroll, this is the breakthrough. They're realizing that the fear that once held them back is now dissolving. They're realizing that the risk of losing this connection is more terrifying than the risk of embracing it. They're realizing that life feels emptier when they try to move on from you. And now, something inside them is shifting, their heart is opening, their spirit is awakening, their courage is rising. They've been imagining what it would feel like to see you again, to look into your eyes and feel everything make sense. They imagine telling you the truth, how long they've felt this way, how deeply you've impacted them, how your face lives in their mind like a light guiding them through darkness. And each time they imagine it, their soul whispers, "This is where you're meant to go. Don't scroll, this is your confirmation. A moment is coming. A conversation. A message. A shift in energy that you will feel before it happens. The universe is aligning you two for something meaningful, something healing, something destined. Their truth is rising to the surface. Their emotions are no longer able to hide. Their spirit is guiding them toward you. And when they finally step forward, and they will, everything you've been sensing, dreaming, feeling, will finally reveal itself.